Yeah, yesterday it was a great day. Weather was perfect. Sometimes snapper fishing you don't really want to have a glass out day. I think it's pretty tough fishing, even though the weather's nice. It makes it hard to catch fish with the drift, and especially when you're sort of going all over the shop. But we had a ball, catch quite a heap of fish.
Yeah, it's always interesting when you get asked to take on these projects, as the added pressure or excitement of seeing the new Certate. You know, the Certates are, I've got several Certates in my quiver, and they're my go-to reel for a lot of species, but snapper in particular. And you know, the excitement around seeing the new one, but then the added pressure of, you know, having to get out there. You've got a finite period of time. You've got to get out there and catch. And it was actually, you know, nice to have Mike on board with us yesterday. We sort of fed off each other around where we wanted to be, what time, you know, work the tide changes. Dummy drifts, every drift we did yesterday was a little bit different because, you know, we had several wind changes in both strength and direction. But it was, I guess, after lunch, we got lucky at the start of the day. We nailed a couple of maybe 60 or centimetre fish just to get the monkey off the back. And it felt like we just built in momentum from there on, and, you know, found a couple of really nice ones. It was a cracker of a day.
It didn't really feel like we weren't going to catch them.
No.
You know, it felt like it was just a matter of time when we caught the better fish, and yeah, we were catching fish pretty much every drift, and then the size just got better and better, and yeah, we found a patch of good fish and had a good double hook up, and then me and Sam caught a nice one each after that, and it was a great, pretty much, you know, if you had to draw it out, that's what we'd ask for.
Yeah, 100%. It's, as far as snapper fishing goes, I mean, it's not the same game as it was 15 years ago, where you could go out, and when snapper on soft plastics first became a thing, and you could go out and catch 10 fish in a drift. It's not like that anymore. You really do have to work hard. You've got to be really considered about your drift and work your reef edges, find your bait, and we're fortunate enough to do that pretty well yesterday.
Yeah, you definitely got to be smarter about it these days than before. You know, a couple of drifts on a spot. Used to be able to drift the same area all, you know, for hours and keep plucking fish. These days it's sort of one or two drifts max, and, you know, go fish another spot. We're lucky at Coffs where there's hundreds of kilometres of reef, and you can literally do one drift on every spot and not fish, you know, a small part of it basically.
Yeah, you'd be lucky to fish 1% of the ground out the front here in a week if you tried.
Yeah.
There's so much country, and every rock out the front could hold that, you know, that trophy snapper,
yeah.
and probably does at the right time of year.
Obviously, some of those bites, the fish were running at you guys, and you know, you sort of didn't know what was going on for a second there.
Yeah.
And they were a little bit doughy almost, and then some would take off when they realised.
Well, I think they're just hitting it and swimming towards you, and then they don't know what's going on because they're getting pulled forward as well as swimming forward. And then once line change turns on their face, that's when they realise, oh, hang on, something's not right. And all we're trying to do is trying to set the hook at the same time. So trying to set a hook on a fish swimming at you is probably the hardest thing. You probably look a bit awkward swinging the rod around in the air, just trying to find some weight. But you've also got belly, and a fish swimming at you, and, you know, it's just a constant, like, you know, these things are powerful. I've got to say, for a small reel, they're light in the hand. Everything about them feels like a heavy duty reel, but they're actually super lightweight. Drag is solid. Feels like it's just endless drag. You know, like, I was scared to sort of just keep tightening up, you know, because I didn't know, basically. It's so smooth, it doesn't feel like it's getting tighter, which is the truth. Like, even on that long tail,
yeah,
I felt like, am I too tight? You know,
it's one thing, and, you know, to me the drag pressure yesterday looked like it was a super smooth, consistent pull, so you could wind up hard on them, and a couple of those big fish that took off on us. I mean, the morning bite seemed to be different to the afternoon. Once that wind picked up, it seemed like they bit better,
proper,
a bit more aggressively. Whereas the morning section where the wind was light, they'd grab it and just come
Pluck
straight at you, or just a really subtle soft bite, and it was hard to make contact. And those first two fish sort of swam around the boat and back around the motor.
Which you'd never get.
No.
It's always generally a direct line. When you hook up, for some reason, it's always a direct line with snapper. And generally, I notice when you know, you hook a fish and it does that, you're like, hang on, that's not a snapper. It's rare that it does it. Like, you rarely have to go around a boat or anything like that.
Yeah, I thought those next two fish, I thought were going to be 3 longtail and no snapper. But,
Yeah.
you know, once they got under the engine and you could feel that head bump, that tail beat, you knew they were reds again. Managed to tag a couple of nice reds, second drift. Beautiful.
Sweet.
Oh mate, he goes, Dad, am I coming and film with Diver tomorrow? I said, nah. And he goes, what? How come? I'm like, cause it's going to be rough, mate. And he goes, oh, all right then.
You did.
She's beautiful.
Yeah. Well, that's a snapper. Little one, sorry. The little fella. Yeah, they got the. Like, you wait, you see, like we got one about 4 kilos in shore here the other day. Good fish?
Oh, you're all right.
Yeah, it was. Jesus, what's wrong with these fish? I don't know. He's gone from a 40 to 50.
Also, I just wanted to touch on this new braid, the J-braid expedition, which both these, all the Certates we used yesterday are spooled with. I've been using it for a few weeks now, and it's exceptional braid, I feel. It's great feel, it's thin in diameter, super strong, ties FGs immaculately. I really think there's a difference between some lines and the way they grip the leader.
Cinch.
Yeah, and tighten up. They don't go clear, but they change colour because they tension properly. I haven't had any wear at the FG or just above it while casting, and we cast.
Well, you think about
all
yesterday,
day.
we didn't change leaders.
Not once.
No.
Yeah.
And we would have caught, I don't know, 15 fish pretty easily.
Yeah.
I reckon between us, plus about, you caught 30 rock cod.
The trick with them is to just wiggle it down on the bottom.
No.
And about 35 sarjas.
No. But it's. I got to say, I was impressed with the leader and the line. Like, I tied the knots there last night. It felt easy to tie. It actually feels like it's, a lot of the. I used to not be a fan of the PE sort of silky braid just because of abrasion and a lot of cast through guides. You see that silkiness wear out and it just turns into fray.
Yeah.
And then you've got your first,
Weak
3 or
point.
4 metres of frayed braid after about, you're casting all day. We're doing hundreds of casts a day with snapper.
Yeah.
And again, it's just that whip through the guides that just basically starts deteriorating some of the braids. Whereas, these leaders are still on there now, and I can see the braids. It looks like it's glistening.
Yeah. They really have got that right, because if that wears throughout the day, and let's say you fish the morning like we did yesterday, and you get past lunchtime and you start to move into those quality fish, and you've got that frayed section, it puts doubt in your mind. You're just not as confident to pull on them.
Yeah, and
when
you
you
hook
really
the right
need
fish,
to.
then that's the problem. When you're hooking the right fish with doubt, I've got to say, took me a while to get confident to lay into them.
Yeah.
And then it was almost like, oh, hang on, I'm overpowering them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do I need, it's these are powerful. I've got to say, it's casting, the bail trip's solid. You flick it over that you can feel it's not gonna you know, sometimes when you're getting a bite, when the bail arm's open, when you're sort of releasing line, when you flick it over, it's really direct rather than sort of, you know, you can feel the downward pressure on them. Like even if you think about, like, I'm only pulling it out 10 mil.
It's quite tight too. It's not like it's there's no play in the bail arm. So, you know, sometimes in certain reels it's got movement there, whereas that's quite taut, that spring.
Yeah.
As my young fella would say, it's goated. We right here?
Yeah, we're good. It's very different, eh? Like, unless it comes up here, but actually, you know what? No, we're still a bit north of where. Oh, is that you?
Yeah, I think so. Oh no, I'm way over your.
That's him. Oof, come on, be a big head just. Oh, he's a good one. Jesus. Yes.
That's the one.
He's another stocky one, eh?
Yeah.
Great fish. Why can't we get the dirty big head ones though?
I
Eh?
know.
We've got. Yeah.
She's a
Just
gorgeous
blowing a bit
of air out. See, it's really important for release. We keep these fish in the net and as long as we can, and they'll blow air out of their swim bladder, help them get down. Right, get her in.
Wait, what's the go there? Is that the hook hanging out? I think your hook's right through the net. Oh no, I saw something big hanging on the bottom of that net. Oh no, something else there.
Lovely snapper on the new 24 Daiwa Certate. Ready, Mike? Here we go.
General, that cranking power on those bigger fish. I mean, obviously filming it and seeing, I see it firsthand, but it looks like you really give it to them with those things. I mean, they were only 4,000.
I think me and you fish similar. Like, we fish hard at them, and it's the fun way, and it's the way you do it.
100%.
You know yourself with topwater kingies and whatnot, you make them
Just
feel
turned his
like
head and said, "You're not
they
turning
can
it back."
win and they'll try.
Yeah.
Whereas if you feel like they've got no chance,
They give up.
they give up, and like you overpower their will early, and you'll win the fight. I reckon. Like, that's my way of thinking. Like it's like when you hook a big fish on light gear. I find they run harder and go harder because I know you're on lighter gear, but like they feel like they can win, so they think they can get to somewhere. Whereas, you know, for instance, you catch a 10 kilo king, it's almost annoying because they come to the boat like, okay, I give up. They're upside down, even though you know that fish can pull, and you're there going, well, I'm not going to grab you now because you're going to kill me as soon as I, you know, that's the truth. I mean,
Sometimes you hook set them and they just say, oh, I don't know why I did this, but like we talk a lot about all things fishing, but especially our snap fishing, and we go at them with almost treat them. We love them, but you treat them disrespectfully when you fight them. Like you hit them hard when you hook set them, and then you don't give them an inch where you can. Like it's a white knuckle style of fighting sometimes, because a lot of it's in shallow country as well. Like
that's the killer. You get 30 metres out and you hook a fish in 10 metres of water. Till you're 5 metres from the boat, you're not really safe.
Nah, you're in all sorts of trouble, and it's like you can see the drive gear in this reel. It's pretty much consumes the entire body. wonderful handle to swing off. Really
So
powerful drag
balanced as well,
system.
like, it's just the drag. It's a like for their weight and just their feel in the hand. It's It feels like a 10, 20,000 foot reel.
Yeah.
Just
I mean,
smaller.
they've always been like they're the perfect mix of finesse, feel, but absolute power as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you turn the handle, it's silky smooth. You'd think
Yeah.
it could be a brim reel, a 1,000 size finesse style brim reel with 5 or 6 pound fluorocarbon, but this is a genuine workhorse.
Yeah.
The Certates I've used previously, I've had some of my Certates are 5 and 6 years old now and have done a ton of work. And when I say workhorse, I mean they get looked after, they're rinsed down after every use, they get serviced when they need to, but they've never failed. The only issue I've ever had is burning out drag washers,
Yeah.
and that was after a lot of use. And you see some of the footage from the last couple of days, they certainly get put through their paces, there's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Better one, isn't he? He's well off the bottom, and then he's just doing big fish things, like he's actually done nothing.
You literally put that thing down my butt crack. I thought it was a spider crawling down it.
They're just lunging with his head, it's not even his tail.
I was getting the light and I was just walking around. I was trying to put my mic on. Hey, brah.
Just
How thick is he?
yeah,
He's an
beautiful
old looking
fish.
one, eh?
Beautiful old girl.
Mate, the tail wrist. He's thick, look at that. It's just.
Yeah, get it. Yeah.
Alright, ready? Ready?
I mean, the new Certate, particularly the 4000, will be my snapper staple really. That'll be my go-to snapper rod. And when I venture north, it'll double as, a flats kind of plasticking for coral trout, spangled emperor, all those sort of ooglies on the reef flats. But this will be 100% my go-to snapper reel locally.
Yeah, no, me too. I'm keen. I want to get them now.
Yeah.
It's shit when you get to try something and then like you can't use it till next year. It's like, oh, some of the plastics you guys have got as well. It's like, well, you can't get them now. I can't believe you gave me one sample and it's bloody been out with me for 3 trips and
It's still catching.
And I took it off that jig head just before we came in and I put it back in my bag. I've never actually done it before.
Some of those new colours are genuine fish catchers too. Like that hardy head and magma and red dog, and you put them on, and it's a confidence lure. You swim it and go, oh, that's going to catch 100%. And as soon as you have that feeling, it's
it's great.
Yeah, you know you're going to catch them. But these,
like I like with these where, some reels you go half turn, and they're locked.
Yeah.
Whereas these, that was already probably at setting where I was yesterday, and then, there's 2 full turns, and you can, but then it gets to 3 full turns, and then it's pretty tight now.
Yeah, it's like a gradual progression of
has
drag application.
It's almost like, it's probably like rather than you tell someone, I'll do the drag up, and they go, and that's all it's got left, and they're like, oh no. But it's super smooth, and the knob on top it's quite a big knob. It's not like something that you're struggling to get your fingers into. And
No, you're not in going like that. You can just grab
Yeah.
it and turn it up when you need
Yeah.
to.
I found it very comfortable to use all day. Like it was.
Yeah. Beautiful reel. Really, probably the premier reel for snap soft plasticking, I'd say.
Sweet. And let's just talk about that one that got away yesterday, guys.
Which
Potential
one?
bad net, Joe?
He pulled it out of the net. I was in. There's video footage. There's video. I don't know how a fish can swim out of a net.
It was the biggest pennant fish caught in
Coffs
the
Coast.
world. Easily 7 metres
I
long.
wouldn't have
how's he
taken
hooked?
it anyway. Let's just get this clear. All right, whatever happened, I'm sorry.
Oi, hey.
Oh, we've had a big turnaround.
Nothing to do with
Yeah.
that.
Nah, it's just a pennant fish, you know, nothing important. Wouldn't have been a great photo. or
As long as
anything.
you don't remember it like that kingfish you lost.
Yeah, I know. That was my fault. Well,
I don't even know what happened. Yeah, I don't know whose fault. I don't think it was anyone's fault. It just.
if we had gaffed it, we would have got it.
Yeah, oh yeah. But you know, that's life.
You got him still?
Yep.
This is good.
Not bad.
Who's going to get the net? I just got back in time. I was putting the mark on the GPS. Ooh. Oh, that's good.
Right, go, Mike.
You got yours?
Yep.
What do I do? Should I net mine and then net yours?
Nah, come over here.
Well, hang on. Couple of midday specials. That's all we wanted, wasn't it?
I think so. I got you right.
That was hard. Like netting mine.
No.
Then, huh?
That was so good.
It's like this morning, but another 15 centimetres. Yours would be, I reckon yours would be
Good one.
high 80s.
Yeah.
Jesus. You know, everyone comes on my boat gets the big one and I don't get it. He's a high 80s.
Yeah.
I reckon he's nudging 80.
Yeah, same here. Take some swimming.
Yeah, mine's kind of doing it. I can feel him kicking now.
Come on.
Good?
Yep.
Alright, ready?
Oh, man. Go,
Yep.
go,
Yeah, he righted himself.
Nah, come on, you don't even like snappers.
I don't.